If you're raised around men, then you're saying what you're saying is, with the help of these men, I helped you get you where you were. So you don't discount the whole men that were involved. You say yes, with the help of your coach, with the help of so and so, yes, but without men, I couldn't do it on my own.
Yes, I did say that to him, but that's my son. Do you understand what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't get the whole message and they don't hear it. And a lot of the moms, that's why we're here today, is saying make sure that you bring the men into the fold. So I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Please don't get me wrong on that. But for the moms that have not brought the men into the fold yet, that don't understand that this is so important, you gotta create that village and do it. We also wanna say to them, find a different way, or add something to that statement then, so that we can not disempower these young men before they even become men.
Right, right. It's a lot. It's a lot. On one side, what I'm hearing is saying not to disempower yourself as a woman and as a mom and say, and you hear it all the time, well, I can't raise a man. I'm a woman, I can't raise a man. You're saying that should not be, you can raise a man because we have these tools. We have mentors, we have men with help. She's saying, not that, because as a boy, that is so disempowering for your son to hear that saying, well, I don't know how to raise you as a man. So she's saying the message is wrong, but what we could say, and which is an agreement with what you're saying, is the language, to change the language and say, yes, I can raise a man because I do have support. I do have a coach. I do have a mentor. You do have a great teacher and a professor, uncles, men are like, no way.
No way. No.
It's the language thing. I think, do we get it as women? It's a language thing.
If you want to get it as a woman, then go ahead and get it as a
Oh,
woman. As a man, I'm telling you it's wrong.
Hold on.
And that's the reason why we have, like I said, the rise. We keep trying to explain this and that. No, I'll tell you what's a man. When my daughter comes around me, she comes around me the same way she did with y'all. She'll bring a man around, and I'll tell you that one is not right for you. I know a man when I see one and smell one. When I brought women around my mother, there's certain women I wouldn't even bring in there.
I know that's right.
There's some women I did bring in there, and the woman I brought in there, she would tell me that was right or that was not right. I usually dated the one she said that wasn't right. And we end up single parents. So when I tell you I can do this, I know the smell, I know the feeling, I know when you shake my hand, when you walk in my darn door, I know whether you're a man or not. You haven't even taken your hat off yet. You weren't raised well, you're not right for her. So don't even come to me with this, well, we should figure this. And listen, salt is salt, pepper is pepper. I do this, you don't.
Well, it's not a matter of saying that she's saying that she
need a part too.
It's not right. We're gonna need a part. So we're gonna go. Combine. We have to move on because we are so pressed for time. But I'm gonna combine two questions into one. And this is why it's needed for this type of forum, so we can get what's being said that we're not hearing, and then you can get what's being said that you're not hearing. So we're going to combine topic 2 and 3, and maybe a little bit topic 4 because topic 5 because it's all about money. So we have the career, we have entrepreneurship, financial accountability, and the backup plan. And so the demand to work in order to keep a roof over a single mother, over her children's head, and keep food on the table is most often the single mom's primary focus. Forget that she is unhappy where she is or longs to do more, including starting her own business. How can she position herself to focus on the career path that she really desires to pursue and or transition into an entrepreneur? The second question is, how can she go about seeking financial support for the child support, what are the resources that are out there? And then the backup plan, because she's a single mother, oftentimes she doesn't have that large support system in place. So it's imperative that they implement backup plans. So what could that backup plan be? What are some areas in which they need to have just in case financially? So we have the entrepreneurship side, pursuing her career, trying to provide food. And then we have the financial accountability side, child support, and seeking financial support for the child, and then that backup plan. So who would like to go first?
I'm gonna go first because the child support part is my specialty. One of the issues that this question raises is a lot of parts to it again. Child support is child support. I am for child support. Let me just say that out in the open. You know, I'm not going to say that I'm anti, this is wrong, you raking the brothers. No, that's not what I'm saying. Not at all. Let me just say that first to the single mothers out there. One of the things that one of the things I say to everybody, to every woman, because most of my clients are women, and most of the problem is we go to this forum, to child support, we go for there's a lot of various reasons. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. I gave him ample enough time to maybe produce some funds to help me out. He hasn't produced that, so now this leaves me no choice but to go to the court system. Now, when you go to the court system, if dude is working in Foot Locker, he's only making $7 an hour, and his child support order obligation only calls him to pay $24 a month. Don't get mad at him because that's what you chose. You understand what I'm saying? Then women come and say, all I'm getting is $24, this dude don't do nothing. You chose this forum. Now, instead of working with some of the brothers and saying, well, you know what? Let me wait till you get paid. Instead of you giving me 24, let me wait and give it to me monthly. You give me 100 a month. Yes, there are some brothers, a small percentage of deadbeat dads is 6%. That's the number. 6% of men are in the child support system are deadbeat dads. Only 6%. Only 6%. Wow. So the other percentage of men, they comply. It's a fact. I have a fact right here.
Where do they come from? Not that is a fact. Where do the facts come from? I'm sorry.
The facts are compiled from the child support obligations inside the court system.
New York, is it
Well, we're in New York.
state?
We're talking in New York. 6% is New York. Nationwide.
National's 13%.
Right.
You can go to fatherhoodclearinghouse.com.
Right.
Here we go.
Fatherhoodclearinghouse.com.
Right. That's a fact. Like I said, I studied this.
Fatherhoodclearinghouse.com.
Or also you
Or
can.
maybe .gov.
Or .gov. Also you can go to the New York City Child Support Collection .gov website as well and obtain the same facts here. Actually, if you want to see it, I have the book here. Anybody want to take a look at it? It's here for you to try to look at it. But anyway, the point of the whole thing, like I said, we press for time, is that if the brother doesn't have any funds and he says, okay, for whatever reason he's not working, and you are the prime sole provider for the children, there's other ways that he can help out. Now, this is if he is in the child's life. So if he's in the child's life, like Brother Austin said, let the child be with the father, so that frees you up to maybe work some overtime, maybe work a second job, so then that way, you know what, there's a compensation. We can't always say, I'm gonna hold the child and just complain about the money. You chose the forum, and now the forum didn't work for you. Now you're mad at me because the system didn't work for you. But if you got $2,000 a week, then it was all right. It would have been fine. Then again, putting another, you know me, I'm a product of my pastor. Then you know what? If you go to the system and you keep God out of it, then again, God is Jehovah Jireh. Yes.
Well, ladies, don't get mad at me. But putting God in it, I have 2 sons by my ex, and I took them out of the court. I was like, you know what? I don't even want your money like this, because it was causing too much drama in my household. Yes. Because he felt like he could still have control in the house. And my kids were like, yo, my daddy, your daddy don't bring no money up in here now. You have a stepfather. You have to listen to that man today. So that's what I did. Now, if you want to take care of your kids, that's between you and God, because my kids are going to be taken care of anyway. And that, you know what, it has worked so. Even I remember, because my oldest son is 24, so my youngest is 17, so like 3 years has been out, and you know what? Yeah, go to your dad, and they get their own relationship, get their own accounts, and it works better for me because I'm out of it.
The solution? I'm sorry. What would be the solution for them if they're pursuing, back to the question? They're trying to keep food on the table, the lights on, clothes on their back. Where can they see?
It's case by case. It's hard to. It's a case by case issue. You can't. Her situation and Fiona's situation, 2 different situations. Her rent might be $3,000 a month, where hers might be $800. So it's a case by case basis.
Unfortunately, at this time, we're going to have to close this topic. This was heated, okay?
This was really good.
This was really good, but we are extremely pressed for time. We have literally like 2 minutes left. So we will continue this on because we all need to be educated on this solar mommy movement, and it just, as parents, as fathers, as mothers, this is a community, this is a village, so we need to be well informed what resources we have, what advocates that we have in place. And I'm glad to have Kathleen Williams here, I'm glad to have Joel Austin here, Bowtie, we heard from him, Lori Ayers, and we have Geneva Farrow and Sally Stewart. Thank you so much. I'm Lucinda Cross of Activate. Yes.
Just dedication to Fiona.
And dedication